Hey Peaches, this is your general collective reading for May. The clarifiers for each sign are linked in the description box below. So to start out, we have this card that I'm not going to read the whole thing of, but the gist of it is basically that without down, up has no meaning, right? So we don't have to be limited to one glow up in a lifetime. We can do it after any setback, and setbacks can be viewed as just a setup for another triumph. So like we're fed this false narrative about life being a continuous uphill linear climb, but it is actually pretty circuitous. It's like there's a tower. I want to say it's in Glastonbury, but I'm not sure, I forget. But it's like to get to it, you don't just march up the side of the hill. The path, it winds around and around and spirals upward until you get to the top. It like takes all day to walk it. Anyway, so it's kind of a metaphor. So we have the Five of Cups and Strength reversed. So let me get them into focus. And so it's really highlighting our relationship to control and perfectionism. So yes, we do create our reality by controlling our choices and our perceptions, but this can be taken to an unhealthy or even abusive extreme when we can't acknowledge and accept that there are forces in this universe that we cannot control. And May can really bring a sigh of relief from that arrogance that we're above or exempt from nature in some way. There's a chance here to face and potentially heal from early trauma around being held responsible for things outside of your control. The abuse of being told that your valid reasons for something were just excuses. And another thing highlighted here this month is experiencing a more interesting story. It's like that's the part of the book that you want to read, right? You don't read the first chapter and the last chapter. So why do we live our lives that way, just trying to get to the end? Don't miss out on the real story. Not just the most, you want the best story, the most interesting and epic story, not the most expedient one. And finally, and this may sound weird, but the perfect version of you and the best version of you are not the same thing. There is a story about a Zen monk trainee being told to sweep the sidewalk, right? So he sweeps and he gets every last leaf. It's perfect, right? He thinks it's perfect and flawless. But the master comes up and says, no, and just takes a handful of leaves and scatters them on the sidewalk just so. And he says, okay, now it's perfect. It's like to be completely without flaws is unnatural. It's not right. I know it's strange, but we'll clarify for your side with how to drill down and what that means for you specifically. Like if you're feeling behind or out of control, go ahead and check out the short for your sign, and this will be what you need to focus on this month to kind of help you navigate this kind of interesting energy and help you come into more balance and reach a more perfect state of imperfection. Thanks, guys.